Okay, abusia, Ken O.Atta. Breaking news baba. Ya arrest no. US immigration ICE for omo arrest no. Na sisi ano Ken O.Atta ne lawyers akọ mu ewo ICE custody. Abusia, breaking news na aba no Ken O.Atta ena sa breaking news no eba say ya arrest no US immigration officers for arrest no over ne visa no ni stay yes or this stay ewo US abonten so no apa ho Ken O.Atta Ghana fo hia no Ken O.Atta so be pimo ewo Ghana ha enam se obeba Ghana ama wa face justice intino still na would order so ewo US na ene yenya ne ntie se Ken O.Atta ya arrest no mom yankon tie sa asema eba ya yese ya arrest no eba ye de ne lawyers ne ho ensem aba beto amoso medamase.
Just coming through, breaking news right now, and this is with regards to Kenneth Nanaya O.Atta, the former finance minister of the Republic of Ghana. And Mr. Kujo, we're talking about oral, and this news has just hit us right now. And we're going to put a statement from his lawyers on the screen. That is Menka Premo Osebonsu, Bruce, Kathleen, and partners. They say, the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as of yesterday, detained the former Minister for Finance, Kenneth O.Atta, regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. His U.S. legal team is in contact with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement and expects the matter to be resolved expeditiously.
Okay, Ken O.Atta ena a breaking news no abusia we dey yeseka akom yetene kwakwa num eno ena da ho no Ken O.Atta empayinfo answer to me asonimu finally empayinfo answer to me asonimu ewo ho a abusia ne ho aye mobo papa enti ene ne lawyers no akwakopi mu ewo ICE custody baby a ye de Ken O.Atta akwakoshe no omo petition se se Ken O.Atta omo sre immigration officers no omo achewa omo release the Ken O.Atta na echese ni stay no omo ntwe enko achire abusia yabo lawyers no omo petition no atogu baby omo se masa papa no omo den beba be pimo Ghana hase mom yanko na yankonko tie ensema ekoso ewo political highway so abusia on subscribe like and share ma afofron so ensa into me enkebi Ghana politics avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any updates bia ebusia ya be drop no onso wonsa ebetumi akabi medamase.
I see for akopeki Ken O.Atta na omo detain no omo de na akoshe baby na busha I see for ne hwan ukọ America Immigration and Customs Enforcement omo ene hwese obi atena baby wa overstay wa ye boni bi onye boni bi ne visa ewu se eno yo mo adwuma abusha I see for nso omo hwe ma Ken O.Atta overstay wa America ne visa no di wura kro ni mu no abusha watena ho ama na bro so Ken O.Atta onye citizen ewa America into overstay ke so back to Ghana and the into not America or match na nadria abusha as at 10:30 p.m. Ghana time no match Ken O.Atta de nakwa kusie enti je omo guso ye ne nkrata enti omo ba be deport Ken O.Atta e de nakwa Ghana na abusha Kennedy lawyers ebuafu Almasha say ya appeal or mo plead say I see for ninja or mo client no 1 or 2 reasons be into mo person mo client no be back Ghana also mo client ni timi tena America na say bibisa I see for say there be wa overstay wa tena krom abro ne bro mo de man no so enti o say Ken O.Atta e ba ni krom o mo be deport no obusha mo ma Ghana for ye mpa igbo mo nya din we be na wotwe mo metima deport Ken O.Atta ma na ba Ghana na wa ba be kan yen sa asomdwem ye former finance minister ya freno na waba na ye ne na tena ye krom ha asomdwem na chese ye ne na buman no asomdwem na chese bibia nti ye twen second beba ye twen na me se ewiase sasa bonsam share mfie pim son dan tree na Ken O.Atta your cup is full I've always said this, that Ken Ofori-Atta can never go scot-free. If we are seeing now Ken Ofori-Atta, the universe will deal with him. And his cup is full. Obeba Ababe facing prosecution in this country. Shalom.
Later, and we're talking about oral. He is a subject of oral as well, a number of cases as well that been looked into, and this is what's happened right now. Mr. Kujo.
This is a good thing, but you see, again, this is the problem I have with my good friend Ken Ofori-Atta. He's brought all of this onto himself. He should, once ICE picks you up, right, and detains you, your case now becomes a very, you're fighting your problem, because right now, ICE is treating you as some sort of a criminal, right? Like you probably will stay your visa, you're not going to apply. And in the process of applying, they'll say, you cried, you're facing some issues back home. They'll bangle you and throw you back here. He better praise that his lawyers are up to the game, because Trump don't play. They don't play. Once they say you are cited for criminal issues in Ghana, your problems have multiplied by several fold. And I think I blame his lawyers. They badly advised him. Everybody who spoke it on his behalf was badly advising him. He should have come to Ghana long ago, rather than being detained by ICE. ICE would make you like you tell me to. I don't think it's a good reputation he wants to get for himself out there. I thought it's really awful. It's really bad. And to the credit of the OSP, by the way, if the OSP had not done all these publications and all of that, why was ICE interested in him? Have you asked the question? Why
the communication from his lawyers say that this was with regards to his period of validity, the period of validity of his visa.
Yeah, but
and well, they didn't make any mention of the extradition request and so on. Yes.
Yeah, but Alfred, it's simple. Let's say the probability of ICE actually picking on Ofori-Atta may be negligible, right? We probably don't 0.001. But you see,
right,
there are many Ghanaians who may have been picked up or not at all. How come he alone has been picked up because he's detained because of was it because he was applying for an extension? Maybe that's what probably necessitated this particular situation. But ICE picking you or detaining you is a really bad situation. I mean, if you look at what ICE has been doing over the last couple of months, it's not a reputation you want to have for yourself. He better praise that his lawyers are up to the game. Otherwise, he's coming home on the next flight.
And in fact, if you look at the second paragraph of his lawyer's statement, they say that he has a pending petition for adjustment of his status, which authorizes a person to stay in the U.S. legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, a change of status by this method, they say, is common. But then that's the point you make, that if this is common, then why is he having to face this? Then it brings up a matter of interest in there, is it not?
Exactly, and it's a subject of interest right now, because questions are asked, why are you actually extending your visa? Go home, you are a big man, what's the problem? Why are you staying in America? Unless you are sick, then they start going to the whole case, okay, why do you want to extend your stay? What's happening to you? They say, oh, I'm being persecuted. Who is persecuting you? Why not chase you? They say, come and face charges in Ghana. They've gone to bangle somebody from Venezuela and brought to for crimes. And you are going to seek what I said. He better praise, really. And I said his lawyers have been one of the most disappointing people. Look at what they are doing now. They are dealing with ICE right now. It's so disgraceful. They better pray that they don't bangle him and bring him to Ghana the way he would never have wished. I pray that nothing bad happens to him. But seriously speaking, if ICE detains you, Charlie, I don't know what to say, but look, Ofori-Atta should have come to Ghana quietly and face his charges. And just go on peacefully. Unfortunately, Charlie, ICE is ICE. Once they get you, anyway. I'm not gloating. I'm not happy. I'm only disappointed that Ofori-Atta decided to be a coward, a brave coward, and didn't come home to come and face charges. Why? You should come home and face everybody. The people you work with in Ghana, most of them are facing the charges quietly, nicely, and they are even your subordinates. Why are you claiming that people are persecuting you? Who is persecuting you in Ghana? And now you are the subject of ICE. I pray that nothing happens to the way he doesn't want. But his lawyers have been the most disappointing, extremely disappointing, especially those who politicize the whole matter. Made it look as if the government is after him. The government is not after the O.Atta. The government is after O.Atta to come and answer questions. And I think it's legitimate that he should have done that. Everybody who egged him on, oh, don't come, please. You did a great disservice to him. Now eyes are chilling. Well, let's pray for a good. It's disappointing, really.
And I thank you very much for joining us, Franklin Cudjoe. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Franklin Cudjoe is the founding president of policy think tank Imani Africa there. So if you just joined us, this is the breaking news that we've been talking about. The United States, and this is the statement that we got from Ken Ofori-Atta's lawyers here in Ghana. That is Menka Premo Osebon Subrusk, Catling and Partners. And we're going to put that statement on the screen again for those of you who just joined us. It said the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE. That's what you hear Franklin Cudjoe talk about ICE, mobile and all of that. He says that the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, as of yesterday, detained the former Minister for Finance, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, regarding the status of his current stay in the United States. His U.S. legal team is in contact with ICE and expects the matter to be resolved expeditiously. Mr. Ofori-Atta has a pending petition for adjustment of status, which authorizes a person to stay in the U.S. legally past the period of validity of their visa. Under U.S. law, a change of status by this method is common. The public is therefore advised to note that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, as a law-abiding person, is fully cooperating with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement to have this issue resolved. This is signed by Justice Kosime Menka Esquire, and that's for on behalf of the Menka Premo Osebon Subruce, Kathleen, and Partners. So this is fresh on the plate, coming through right now here on Ghana Tonight. This is the development with Kenneth Ofori-Atta in the United States. Well, that's Franklin Cudjoe draws a nexus between what is happening right now and then also what is happening here in Ghana regarding the extradition request and all the investigations around Ken Ofori-Atta and some of the matters that he's been involved in. But this letter from his lawyers don't state that. But clearly, Franklin believes that this cannot be two disjoint events not having any bearing or correlation. But it's one that, you know what, we're going to stay the steam on. Look, we'll see how the coming days will be on this, to the extent that this letter says it's a common method. But then again, it's not playing out as common as we're seeing right now. We'll see how things play out in the coming days on this matter. But this is one that is coming through right now here on Ghana Tonight. This is the breaking news that we've been sinking our teeth into. Stay with us. Coming up next, that's the president there, clearly giving an indication of how the year will be going ahead. But some groups and associations have also been assessing the Mahama's 1 year in office in his second term. One of these groups is the spare parts dealers at Abose Okain here in Accra, and we interacted with them. Take a listen.
Ocean last year, Nyama Okoso, Yebedi Brain, Nyama Okoso, Nyama, no boy, didn't be to say a mona DNA, and one, the way no boy Peja Kosuno, a mamma time we are through this year, December, we said a Nyamako Fomunu, I mean, no Koye Mammy Pa.
At least, my man by 65%. So I had the Koye Mamma say, I won't say, Adriana Yedi, or mine be an Adriana Kofuma, Adriana Bokofuma. E mama omano members na ewomi no omoye free dollar na ejina no aboyen.
As you come, you say 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy no still now me myself haven't seen nothing. Yeah,
what percentage will you give him?
Oh, I'll give him like 40%.
We want the banks to give a lot of loans to individuals so that they can establish, people can establish more businesses so that they can employ people. Because if you go to America, Asia, and all those places, they run 24 hours. Yeah, they are doing the same thing. So if we run that 24 hours, I think it will be better for us.
Well, these are some spare parts dealers at Boseokai and the spare parts hub here in Accra. The vision views you see there, and the rates that they are giving the president 1 year on as president of the Republic of Ghana. Musa Danquest Global Info Analytics, they did a poll about the president's job approval 1 year on, and this was the outcome. And 67% out of the over 13,000 respondents within this poll say they approve of the president's job. And we're going to put that on the screen right now. That is consistent with the outcome of the poll as well in October last year, 2025. So between October and December, the same number of respondents, same sample size, but different locations, over 13,000 approve of the president's job. And guess what? In October 2025, 22% said they disapprove. But if you see the data in December 2025, the persons who say they disapprove of the president's job increased by 2 percentage points to 24%. But then those who say they have no opinion actually also reduced from 11% to 9%. So what that essentially means is that those who in October 2025 said they didn't have an opinion of the president's job now express their opinion in disapproval of his job as president of the Republic of Ghana. But then if you see the 67% approval rate has been consistent, at least from October to December. That is what they put out in this. But we're zeroing in on some aspects of the president's tenure or his first year in office in his second term as president of the Republic of Ghana. Because if you recall, right from Monday, we've been touching on fight against corruption 1 year on, the economy 1 year on. We're zooming in on corruption as well tonight. And then what we did with Galamsey yesterday as well. For civil society group, Arise Ghana, they say that despite some commitment that has been shown in the fight against Galamsey and also the fight against corruption, they say not much has been done in terms of their expectation with the fight against corruption and Galamsey. They had a press conference earlier today. Take a look.
On the issue of Galamsey, I think we've been very clear in the past that it's an existential threat to all Ghanaians, including those of us seated here and those of you who are broadcasting. We would expect that the president continues with the good work that they are doing, not only with the gold board, because note, if there's no incentive to go and dig, no one will mine. If the gold board stops the smuggling of gold and aggregating of gold is done, our economy will improve and Galamsey will stop. And we believe that the president will not and must not shield anyone. We want to also entreat the Speaker of Parliament, who has indicated that he will not shield any Galamsey MPs, to take his word and mean it and act upon it. Oral is Operation Recover all the loot and not some of the loot. And so we would want all the loot to be recovered. But we've listened to the Ghanaian people. We continue to listen to the Ghanaian people. So you will join us when we go to the American Embassy, for example, to picket for the American Embassy to allow Ken to come back and face justice, just like they want some heads of state in some countries to face justice back in America.
They want a lot more to be done in the fight against corruption. So, but then Musa Danquest poll also touched on the state of the fight against corruption within this 1 year period of John Mahama's second term. And this was the outcome. Asked that question of this over 13,000 respondents. In October 2025, 53% of the respondents say there is an improvement in the fight against corruption in this country. That increased to 56% in December 2025. But those who say, well, there hasn't been any change. Look, the fight against corruption is the same, actually reduced from 24% in October last year to 20%. And those who say corruption has worsened within the 1 year period that John Mahama has been president in his second term, increased from 16% in October 2025 to 17% in December 2025. Those who say they have no opinion also saw a 2 percentage point rise within the period that Musa Dankwa polled. But he asked a question about the most trusted arms of government. And, well, he added the media. We are not an arm of government, but the fourth estate of the realm as we've been described. Guess what? The respondents say they trust the media more than the executive, the judiciary, and parliament, for that matter. So that tells you a certain direction. But let me just bring you the co-chair of the Citizens Movement Against Corruption, Adam Senano, is joining us right now on Zoom for a conversation on this development. Senano, good evening. Thank you for joining us. 1 year of President John Dramani Mahama as president in his second term. What would be your verdict on the fight against corruption within the first 12 months on a scale of 1 to 10? You heard Arise Ghana. They say it's answer.
Okay, Abusia, we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so. Abusia, Ken Ofori-Atta ne arrest no ewo US abonten so. I know and I de honsem e de brem. Abusia, on hit notification bell na hit notification bell ne so. Na there is interesting moment ahead. Any latest update on Ken Ofori-Atta ne arrest ni ya na ye de bebrem na monso mahu de e call and de e ba. Unsubscribe ya, subscribe, like na share ma for so and sa into me and can be. Madam Ase.